All right, so folks, we're playing some standard Burn Man. I don't know, Burn Man playing green white. Came in 12th place in a Magic Online challenge. Always good to look at the players who came in like 9th through like 12th or 16th in events because you know one more win here or there, they're in top 8. They did have a good tournament, but you know might fly under the radar. And this is a pretty cool looking green white counters list with some cards here we've not really seen in a while. Of course, Lanarel's Badger Mole Cub, our Ouroboros, we get that part, but Bulwark Ox, which adds counters and saves things with counters on them. District Mascot, Dryndine Synthesis Amalgam, Zach Fair. So pretty cool. Using the counter synergies. Counter synergies, of course, make Ouroboros even better. And Cosmic Grand Zenith is quite the card also. So, deck looks pretty sweet. The count against it, of course, is that green-white mana sucks in this format. There's no Temple Garden or Razor Verge Thicket. So, 4 passes and 4 starting down. This is like the land package for all you Azorius, Rakdos, and Selesnya gamers, unfortunately. You know, it's the way it is so Lauren comes out. But that's the deal. So, we're going to get right into the games and do our thing. Brought to you by
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, let's do this. On the play, chat, coming out of me. Krusty says, you're my most watched channel this year. What does my recap look like? Magic and StarCraft, basically. No 1-drop, but we're going to keep. Hand sucks, keep. Just like, got a 2-drop. We're on the play. We can play this on turn 3, play this on turn 4. So, and we are playing against Lanarel. Will they have the Lanarelves in a Badger Mole? History says the answer is yes, but we're going to find out. Firing up the Bulwark Ox. 2/2 for 2. Whenever attacks while saddle, put a counter on it. On target creature, sorry. And sacrifice this to give creatures you control the counters on them hexproof indestructible. So, kind of a cool anti-wrath. They have a stones here. I feel like this Simic deck always has the stones. I guess they added another stones, right? Because they have either Lanarelves into Badger Mole Cub or Lanarelves into Drunith. They're both really good. That's a good start. That's a good start. So, what does this card do exactly? Enters the counters on it. If you attack, you move a counter from a creature. Either 2 creatures you control, draw a card. This card's pretty bad, I feel like. We've played this card a decent amount, but like it's not that good. That being said, I think we have nothing to do here but get in, so we're just going to crew up an attack. They want to trade, I think it's fine. I would trade Ox for Drunith. I will not remove. We could remove counters, I suppose, and draw a card, but it has to be 2 separate creatures, so you just don't want to just remove. Lowering your board to draw cards is just rough. Actually, a matchup like this, we don't really care about cards. We're just going to play Ouroboros and Ouroboros. Hope it's good enough. Splash reset, thanks so much. Yeah, so busy weekend for me. We're going to get our basement done. So we have to get everything out of the basement, which is a lot of stuff. So I guess let's make a body. That's true. Yeah, maybe I should draw a card there. Yeah, so working on that, and of course I'm flying to Houston tomorrow morning to go play some Riftbound, actually. So, not queued for Worlds, so I'll play a little Riftbound instead. My last ship of the year. Alright, well, they are doing the thing. This Simic deck definitely was already very good, and adding Badger Mole to it makes it really, really good. So, you could argue that Santa right now is fantastic, except maybe for the Badger Mole, which is a pretty preposterously good card. It is cool that green has a good card, because green hasn't had a good card in, like, a really long time. But these starts do feel pretty oppressive. They have, like, actual 11 mana here or something like that. They have, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they actually have actual 12 mana here. And I don't think our Ouroboros start's gonna be good enough, unfortunately. I mean, they don't have their own Ouroboros, thankfully, but alright, well, here's the Boroid. Different attack, so you can't do that. So So we have a 4/4 and a 4/5. I guess I am regretting not making a token last turn. They've got 2 moles. Nothing they want to actually block with. So maybe we do just like attack, remove some counters, make a 2/2. We might just die next turn, but we're at 14. 2 blockers, 3 blockers. So there you go. Kind of doubt they'll block here. And if they do, it's kind of fine too. So, gonna block with the moles, sure. Alright. I mean, that's fun. We trade a body for a body. We draw a card. Put the moles in. I mean, now, next turn, I guess we can't Cub and or Boroid unless we draw an untapped land. That's fun. This is the turn where they've, you know, got a bunch of mana and a bunch of creatures in play. If they have pretty much anything, we're in trouble. So Paw Patch? Okay. I wasn't planning on targeting their stuff anyway. Oh my god. Are we gonna win this game? Okay. Yeah, I mean, fire up the Borophyll. It stacked that, right? I don't think it did. Yeah, it did not. That was backwards. All right, so what the... Usually, Arena's really good about that stuff, but... All right, so... And then we're going to... Oh, it did stack it right? Don't I want to have the bigger one hit the smaller one? Maybe I'm backwards. I don't know. I'll have to actually think about it next time. I kind of don't mind attacking here. Once they draw a board of their own, we're dead, so we kind of just keep applying pressure. And then I'm probably going to draw a card, make a robot too. So we'll just do this. Coming in. And... Say go. So we should have like an extra counter or 2 on our creatures. Wow, that is unbelievable.
Inconceivable!
Opponents all dressed up with nowhere to go. They had like an actual 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They had, you know, upwards of double-digit mana, but they just didn't have payoff. That's insane. All right, so game 2, I definitely like these Sheltered by Ghosts. I think this is not an Elspeth matchup. And then realistically, we have Get Lost. We can cut like a Legend. Not really gonna kill our stuff. And that's probably it, realistically. Kind of just like a, you know, 2 ships raising him a night kind of thing. Man, why can't you find a 1-drop? Where are they? I think we're gonna mulligan this. This time we are on the draw with no Boroid, double Legend, no 1-drop. We're just gonna mulligan. It's not 10 a.m. Schedule says 10 a.m. Schedule says nothing. I didn't post schedule this week. So, haha, got you there. We're going to keep this and dump the Zach. Sorry, Zach. You're just... Zach's worse than Mascot, right? Maybe Mascot's actually worse than Zach. We're on the draw. This is never going to attack profitably. Let's do this. Yeah, Drying Day wasn't that bad that game. I mean, honestly, Boroid was really, you know, footing a lot of the bill, but... Alright, well, we drew a line of elves of our own this game, which is nice. Gene Pollinator. Looking like last game where they have a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter that much. We got our Drinding. I mean, we're just kind of doing the thing, right? Boroid is quite the magic card. Just 3/4. I mean, I think 3/4 is not bad. The amount of 3/4 would trample on a bunch of text on it. I don't know. I mean, we tried this card a lot when it first came out. We did a 10-2 brew around it. I'm sure I built at least 1 or 2 other decks with it as well, and it never seemed to be great. I don't know, they have their own Boroid. Man, who would have thought this card was so good? I definitely missed on that on my set review. Alright, well, we got a Boroid of our own. Add some counters, and we're going to attack and make a token. Path to Turnsky. And now we get in the board. I mean, we drew a second Boroid. All right. I mean, make sure we stack it right this time. Just a 4-mana 1/3. Who would have thought? Usually cards like this aren't very good. You know, usually they're so slow to get going and they kind of but Ouroboros is like just the right amount of stats. Not too shabby. Remember, folks, first with that follow button. Watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, support the content as always. Rounding out our year here, we got the World Championship coming up this weekend. We got Shoot for Charity coming up. We're working on it. It's we're gonna do a few snags here or there, but we're trying to make it happen. Unfortunately, no Arena Cube during Cube for Charity. It's kind of a bummer. So we'll be doing it on Magic Online as usual. We're figuring out the actual details. Oh my God, they also have a second Ouroboros. Oh boy. All right. Well, they stacked theirs, right? Yeah, definitely cool science fantasy art too. I agree. Very, very cool art in Ouroboros. Edge of Eternities did a really good job kind of towing that weird line of like science fiction and fantasy. They're going to attack. They're at 15. Are they just dead? If we just jam Ouroboros, stack our triggers properly, we want to put 2 onto this, and then this will put 3, so we're plus 5 to everything. They have to block with their Ouroboros at least, right? We'll just do it. No thinky, just Dewey. So we want to resolve the. Let's see here. Just make sure we get this right. I want to resolve the bigger one first. So let me get the buff from the yeah. So resolve the other one first. So it does do it backwards, which is weird. Usually they're really good at that stuff. So do this, buff, then buff. It's actually more than that. Wow. And then I am going to remove a counter because wow. Just 2 Ouroboros passing in the night. What a game. What a game. Oh boy. All right. Not much interaction there. Just good old-fashioned green decks. Another hand sucks keep moment. One of mulligans. We have a 1-drop, but like, and Llanowar Elves is just so good. It's so funny how Llanowar Elves just like wasn't really seeing much play because green was so mopey. But Llanowar Elves is it's quite the card. If your opponent goes turn 1, Llanowar Elves turn 2, Badger Mole in the play, it feels like you can never win. The birds are chirping and the bees are buzzing.
Anyone home?
It's turn 2. It's tough turn. You know, tough turn. So yeah, Worlds weekend. I've been, I'm still on this Team CFB Discord. I'm peeping in here and there, seeing what they're working on. They got some cool stuff. So looking forward to that. I'll be rooting for the team. Of course, I will rejoin them for Pro Tour Lorwyn coming up in January, which is fun. So, all right. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna attack. I think just Llanowar Elves go, and then we'll just go Cosmic Granite into Recruit. Prediction for best performing decks in Worlds. I'm just not gonna say anything. No predictions. Just gotta tune in and watch. What's up, Icy? Lorwyn? What Marvel superhero is that? I saw that tweet too. They're going to be previewing some Marvel superheroes cards like this weekend. The set is like 5 months away. Avatar's barely off the presses, and that's like 3 sets from now. It's Lorwyn, then Turtles, then Marvel. I think this is going to be the year that the Universes Beyond bubble bursts. I think that Turtles and Marvel superheroes are to do very, very poorly, and maybe that'll be the impetus for things to slow the hell down a little bit and us to enjoy ourselves. All right, so we've got Cosmogrand into Paw Patch. I guess I'm making. Want to pump or make tokens? I guess we're okay trading Paw Patch for Mountain. In this case, I should have just attacked first. That was stupid.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Yeah, I make tokens. This is fine. I think that this mountain taps for 3 mana. I think I'm gonna block anyway, so. Alright, so and then we're gonna make some tokens, and so there you go. Yeah, breakneck pace and Universes Beyond stuff is something. Magmatic Hellkite? Love it. Love it. Alright, let's get a forest, I guess. Calyx says, feels like every time I order a new box of product, a new set releases before it arrives. Yeah. You know, honestly. Star Trek's a weird one, yeah. I think Star Trek might also do poorly. Man, we didn't draw a spell. That sucks. Alright. I think we just hold this Plump Batch Recruit and say go, which really stinks. Probably should draw a spell. Hellkite again. No, my Restless Prairie. Yeah, I mean, obviously Spider-Man was a mess because, like, it was not only awkward, but really poorly designed, too, so. Alright, so they're going to buff the mountain up with the Bossing Sea. Earth bending all over the place.
Well, that's the most powerful earth bender you'll ever see.
We draw a spell, which is cool. And I guess we're going to just pump. We can't even, like, get through these dragons. These dragons are huge. Yeah, mascot, pump the team. I don't think it matters. We can't draw 2 spells next turn. And we can't get through these dragons either. Even a Leroy here is just devastating. We lose 2 things. And they take not that much damage. Yeah, we're in trouble. Yeah, well, the thing is that Final Fantasy and Airbender, if I had no idea, man, they are really killing it here. If I had no idea what those properties were, and those were just magic sets, I wouldn't have really noticed, I don't think. You know? Whereas Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man, that's much more jarring. I don't know. We'll see. You know, we'll see how it plays out. You know, Avatar's definitely a good set. Would I prefer if it was just, you know, air bending or whatever, Lorwyn bending or something like that, sure. But, and I am a little excited for the Hobbit set. I am, you know, I've been reading my son The Hobbit. Me and my son, we finished The Hobbit. Are they like actually gonna dragon us? They're double dragoning us? Wow. Me and my son finished The Hobbit a few days ago. We started Fellowship of the Ring last night, or a few nights ago. That's tough. World starts this Friday. There and back again. A bedtime tale with Dada and Cassian. Oh no, there's going to be open paths again for the Marvel set, so it's going to be the same thing. Alright. Man, they're really just playing dragons and killing us. Alright, yeah, GG. I mean, our draw was like only okay. Their draw was pretty good. Old Sheltered by Ghosts coming back in. Old Elspeth. I mean, they're like, Elspeth kills dragons. I think we could shave like some of the legends that are opponent's removal, it looks like. The mascot seems kind of meh too. Elspeth goes over the top, which we kind of want. I'm not shaving. The mascots seem pretty sketchy here. They won't attack super well. They don't have any artifacts. This is fun. Behold, guy with claws. Shing. Oh no! Why can't we draw a 1-drop? I don't think we can keep this either. Cosmic Grand's tough when like we don't really have any way to produce 2 cards out of 1 card. We're just playing this card very, very fairly. Just tough when you mulligan. Yeah, we can't keep this. What's this hand even do? You know, we're gonna mulligan. Yeah, we just have Llanowar Elves in our deck, so like mulling the Llanowar Elves is super reasonable. We can go Elves into Cosmic Granite or Boroid. Sure, I guess we'll dump the second Boroid, which I don't love, but we could be greedy, double land. I actually like that better. Let's just double land. I guess they could have like, they didn't show us any removal in game 1. We're gonna keep. They all get a 6 also. They didn't show us any removal spells at all. I think we keep both boards. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna do it.
Do a barrel roll.
Oro frickin' Boroid. Alright, let's do this. They're on 6, we're on 6. It's only fair. Draw a land? Hell yeah.
Bingo!
The Cosmic Brand ain't doing much here. We are just a 2-4. And we have the Badger Maul, but I think we're okay here. Cosmic Brand number 2. Oro Boroid. Chlorophyll. More like Borophyll.
Make a little noise here, huh? Come on, I can't hear you!
Well,
Well, somebody stop the damn man!
we want this one. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, just Llanowar Elves into creature into Ouroboros is not too shabby. We'll go to game 3 here. Anything change on the draw? Not really, I don't think. Alright. One more time. Ouroboros and Llanowar Elves ride one more time, please. Alright, well, we drew Llanowar Elves, so must be nice. I also thought this was a dumb commander card. It does not read like a standard staple, but here we are. They did it. They found a way to make the exponentially growing, small, expensive green creature really, really good, and they did it. What do you think of our current deck versus Simic? It's an interesting thought. Whenever you have a deck in standard, it's similar to an established deck. You always have to ask yourself, why am I playing this deck, not the established deck? The removal is better. Like Shelter by Ghosts, get lost. All right, do they have the Stone Cold Nuts? That is the question. I think Ouroboros could have been 5 mana. They just say go with 3 mana. Oh, jeez. All right. I think we just play our Drying Name. Three mana, 3/4. Like God, what was it called? What was it called? I can't remember. Oh my god. Am I blanking? I'm blanking. What that card was that card called? The Judgment card. Back in the day. No, not Sentinel, from Judgment. What does the Mythic Spoiler have all the cards for? Where are the cards? Andrew Brushhopper, thank you.
Pointless nostalgia.
I'm angry at myself that I didn't remember that. Andrew Brushhopper. Alright, they're gonna Demolition Field me. I mean, we have plenty of basics, so they got some work to do. And while they're messing around with this, we're Boroiding. That's not bad. That's a pretty cool way to use the mana from Badger Mole Cup, though. Just 4 Demolition Field and 4 of the Dragon. Kind of sweet. We draw a Cosmic Grand Zenith. We could just go Zenith into... I actually like Zenith into Elf here. Because they could have like a 4 damage removal spell. So... And now, do we add... We want to make tokens so we have the Ouroboros, right? We could add counters, remove counters, and then make a robot. That's pretty cool. I guess this card, drawing extra cards, does help fuel the Zenith as well. I may just put the counters on. And then we jam. And remove a counter from the Llanowar Elves and... probably the Drying Time itself. Shelter by Ghosts is not bad. Next turn's Boroid Shelter by Ghosts. That's a nice turn. Stomping Ground in untapped. They have 3, 4, 5. They have 7 mana, and they're putting a land on tap. That's not good. Kinathian resub, thanks so much. Hellkite with no targets. Sorry, friend. We draw. All right. Well, now we're just going nuts, right? We're gonna go Ouroboros, Shelter by Ghosts, etc., etc. So let's go. Yeah, Ouroboros, and then Shelter by Ghosts on probably the Dry 9 guy. And then we're going to put counters on things. So we get counter on the Ouroboros and counters everything else.
No, don't do this. Enough is enough.
Woo!
Gay. Blouses.
All right. Yeah. Lana rolls an Ouroboros. What more do you want, right? That is the recipe for success. Man. It's so funny how green was unplayable in Standard for like 2 years, and now it's a green world. I am playing in Houston. No commentary, unfortunately. Tried. Put myself out there, but oh my god. All right, sure. No land though. Okay, so we are gonna go Ox, Cannibal Ox, and Llanowar Elves. I think that we're gonna win the Ouroboros race here. Deathmark is legal. Drunith. 3 mana left over. Okay. Kind of high, but they reviving over here.
Spawn more overlords.
For the Overmind. Pyroclasm. That's good against us, too. Gene Pollinator. The thing about these decks is that they are pretty all-in. Like, 1 Pyroclasm here. You know, Ultima's a big one, too. What's up, Python? Missed StarCraft so much. Where did it go? Hasn't gone anywhere. You can keep playing it. Yeah, well, we're just doing everything, I guess. We're going to play Mascot and Ouroboros. And, I guess we can crew the Ox. And get her done. Attack. Put a counter on the board. Yeah, having the actual synergy with the Ouroboros is like pretty insane. Ouroboros is just so good on base rate. But like, if you're able to add counters to it and like synergize, oh boy, that card does some stuff. All right, well, again, they have the actual payoff here too. The question is, I think you might be ahead enough where it doesn't matter. Like, we're gonna have second Boroid, and we're gonna go +7 next turn, which would be mostly lethal attackers. I don't know. We'll see. Draw land. All right, so I think we play Zach also. Do I want the line elves as an attacker? I think I do, actually. So we're looking at play Ouroboros, stack it properly, 3 to this, 4 to everything. So it's +7 to everything, meaning this is 9, 9, 10, 9, 10. So they can't let more than 2 creatures through. That being said, they have a ton of blockers themselves. Can we? Well, if they have to chump block 3 times, so that's good enough to win the game for us, I think, because they can't kill us next turn. If I were to use Zach, could I use Zach to resolve Ouroboros trigger number 1, and then move the Zac counters over to Ouroboros number 2, would that get our things to 13 power? Because I'd rather attack with 3 lethal creatures than having to attack with multiple. I guess we lose the Zac then too. So that would mean play Ouroboros, play Zac, resolve this, 3 counters here, move 4 counters to this Ouroboros, and now it's 1, 8. It might be better, but I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to cast this. So you want this one to resolve first.
Good lord. Gigantic.
Back. So they have to block 3 things here. I have 1 blocker back. They should not be able to kill me in the backswing, barring like a freaking crater hoof off top or something like that. So yeah, so if we had played the Zac, we'd have be -2 attackers, but +4 on everything. So we would have 3 lethal attackers and the same amount of blockers. I think playing the Zac was better. We ran out of time, but I think that I'd rather have 3 lethal attackers and have an even bigger board for next turn. It's close though. Am I dead? No way. Yeah, they have to block at least 3 things. 4 things or they die. So they have to block 4 things or they die. So they lose 4. They lose 4 creatures. Next turn they're +2 on everything, which is good. But I have a blocker, so they have 5, 10. I mean, I was dead actually. Hold on a second. So they block 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on their turn they Boroid. Everything's +2. We block a big 3. We take 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it was 17. Holy shit. Well, I didn't realize it. They didn't realize it. Most of chat didn't realize it. That's hilarious. That's so funny. All right, so once again, Sheltered by Ghosts looks great. That's so funny. Wow.
I'm sorry, Tyler Murphy. It was an accident. I was having too much fun.
A little embarrassing. That's okay. Yeah, just swing with confidence. It's all about confidence in life, folks. You just gotta have confidence. All right, so we're gonna bring in Sheltered by Ghosts, and let me just leave this guy in. Sure. Huh. Guess our opponent was embarrassed they couldn't count. Sure. They just scooped the whole match. That's fine. Also, I got a freaking seat upgrade on my flight tomorrow. I never got an upgrade before. Upgraded to Delta First Classic. I'm in first class?
Here comes the money.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard. I never got an upgrade before. That's so cool. The only time in my life I've ever flown first class was the first time that I flew to Portland to record on Shuffle Up and Play. And Prof just has like a bajillion miles. And he books tickets. And I was just in seat 1A or whatever. I was like, wow, this is cool. That's awesome. That's so much fun. Cool. That only happens in movies. All right, so a pretty clean 3-0. And just not gonna lie, deck's kind of gas. I really am impressed with this card. It's more so just Ouroboros being good. I feel like if we drew more District Mascots and Bulwark Oxes and less Ouroboros and Llanowar Elves, we wouldn't have done as well. But still pretty sweet, you know. Love the Sheltered by Ghosts in the board to the point where I almost want the main because it feels like the format is very, very green centric. There's like the Izzet decks and stuff too. And this card seems like this is one of the competitive advantages to playing this deck over Simic. This card's really nice. But yeah, this deck's kind of sweet. Really good stuff. So if you're a Board fan, hop on it. All right. So keep it on stream. YouTube folks love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.